Hey, how's everybody doing? Welcome to Talking Shit. It's your boy Sophisticated Jerk, M3, and Wally in here. So before we jump into these topics, man, how's everybody doing?
Man, I'm doing good, man. Let's just say, man, I'm just working on expanding my horizons.
AKA roster. Expanding your roster. Shout out to M3 out here living his whole phase out for the streets now. But yeah, today, man, we got a good topic. So the first one we're going to start off with is Steve Smith Sr., what was he, Baltimore Ravens wide receiver back in the day or something like that?
I believe so, give or take.
Yeah, so he was caught having an affair with, I think the lady, damn, what was her name? Nicole Martinez. She was like in a marching band for the Ravens. And the husband, I guess, came across the information and, calls Steve Smith Jr. up and was kind of like going in on him and stuff. So, I'm going to play the clips real quick and then we'll jump in and start breaking it down. Because, yeah, this one definitely was interesting. I'm like, damn, this kind of messed up situation. But, all right, let me go ahead and play this clip real quick.
What would you do if you found out your wife was allegedly cheating on you with an NFL legend? Well, we found out what another guy would do this weekend, and the story is something. So over the weekend, this story went viral on X, where this guy alleges that Steve Smith has been railing his wife. And this is the wife in question. Now, this wife here is in the Ravens marching band, and that's how they met, apparently. Now, I would imagine Steve met this woman when he was dressed up in the marching band for the Ravens for some reason. But in this viral post, the guy attached a video of him allegedly talking to Steve, and he said, "Hey, Steve, I know you're my wife." And Steve goes, "Sorry." Now, of course, that pissed the husband off, and he started going on a tirade. Because Steve here is known as a family man. He's got a wife and 4 kids. Always with his wife at events. He's a family guy. Well, it turns out that Steve is a freak. The wife here had Steve disguised as 3 in her phone. And here's just one text thread between the two of them, allegedly. And I mean, Jesus, Steve. Boy, these two were texting all the time. He's sending something to her. I mean, Jesus. And then the husband proceeded to go into his wife's Facebook account and then post this with all the receipts. Basically just airing out all of the dirty laundry between his wife and Steve Smith Sr. Now, Steve has yet to address these allegations, but it doesn't look very good for the man. So, yeah, that's what you missed over the weekend in the NFL. What would you do if you found out?
Yeah, that's crazy. But hold on, I'm going to play the next clip before we, because this one's going to have the phone call.
Oh.
Yeah. The guy was a little heated. So this is the guy calling up Steve Smith Sr.
Hey, yo, Steve.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, you been f***ing, bro. What you gotta say for yourself?
I'm sorry.
You're sorry? She was married. Yeah, man, you're Steve Smith Sr. What kind of dumb shit is that? Why are you quiet, man? Be a fucking man. Steve. You man, bro. All you do TV, all the can you do to other people? Now someone's got you on the phone, you can't even up.
That's wild.
Yeah, my first question, man, for y'all. I mean, first of all, can you call? Do you think you could get on the phone and call like the man that was like cheating on your wife like that, and be questioning him? Would y'all do that?
Nah, it just looks like really weak, in my opinion. I mean, here's the thing. I can't really blame the man for what he did. I'm not saying it's justified, like he is righteous, but the thing is, like, you gotta look at the woman who you married. Your woman didn't have no self-control, so she stepped out of the marriage to go mess with someone that she perceives that has more value, I guess, or more attractive. So honestly, when women does something like that, you gotta kind of question yourself, like, okay, what was it about me that she needed to like get satisfaction from another man? And then number two, it's like, dang, like, what type of woman will actually does like put our marriage in jeopardy for that? So honestly, man, like I'll be more targeted like on the wife and just like send her back to the streets.
All right. What about you, Wally? Can you see yourself calling the guy up and question him and stuff, or?
Nah, I think honestly that's a waste of time. It's like, okay, let's put this way, right? You find out it's Steve, he's the one that did it, and it's like, okay, well, let's be real. You already lost right there. It's like you trying to call him ain't gonna really do nothing. He's a star player. 9 out of 10. You don't know how these guys really roll. You see them on TV, they're famous, they got that clout in their heads. You think they wouldn't do it? You think they wouldn't pull that trigger and go for it? You'd be surprised. So, I think everyone's open to some type of, so I just think, like, overall, you don't know these people like that. You don't know how they roll. Just because they got family and all that, you think they're not going to do nothing. Yeah, don't get it. Don't let it pass you. But as far as the wife, yeah, I think you should pin it on the wife. Like, you should really be talking to your wife and figure out why she went out of their way to cheat on you and, pretty much dissolve what your marriage is. Because for whatever reason she chose to cheat that time, you got to ask yourself, why is that? Because right now she made you look like you're just a cushion dude, and that was her little play date. Because like, literally, can we just please go back to the fact that she had it as number 3? Like, wait, who's 2 and 1? Like, that right there for me was like, wait a minute now, number 3, who's 2 and 1? Unless his number at that time was number 3, I don't know. But Lord have mercy, just leave that like, yeah, nah, she been around the block with this one already.
Yeah, she probably got a couple other players she messing with. Then, like you said, I ain't even catch that one.
Number 2 and number 1 is
fucking Ray Lewis and shit.
She love them Silverback boys.
Nah, y'all gotta. I'm with y'all, man. There ain't no way in hell I could call another dude, because I'm like, man, first of all, what happened if that dude a little gangster on the phone and he's like, like how that guy called, it's like, hey man, you was with my wife? Like, oh hell yeah, man, I had her in a Portuguese hucklebuck. Like, man, so he could get descriptive on there. So yeah, I don't think you ever should call the man. Like, you ain't take no oath with that guy. So it's just like, man, you like you said, you talk that over with your wife. You walk down the aisle with her, but. Yeah, I'm like, them calls might not go the way you think they might go. That guy be like, oh, yeah, you talk about a freak, man.
I also want to add, too, like, the reason why I'm for sure why, that football player didn't respond back to him, because he probably already knew, like, okay, guys like him were probably recording him, and which that's what he did and took to social media. So he kind of did the smart thing, was like, okay, well, let me just, like, remain silent and not really say much.
Well, when he called out his name in the beginning, he was like, yeah, so he kind of acknowledged that part, but he was quiet throughout the rest.
Acknowledged the part that he's saying, like, okay, you fucked my wife, and he said sorry. Like, he just said it like that, sorry. So I mean, he sort of acknowledged to it, but it's like at the same time, it's like, this is why I'm saying, once again, you don't know these guys for real. It's like, again, you blaming him, but let's be honest, I don't know how this all went down. Right, but let's say hypothetically, if she made the pass and she made the move, she the one hunt for him, not the other way around.
Pretty much, he just accepted the offer that she put her body out there.
If you're dealing with celebrity, you think they ain't like some of these guys? Some of these are not straightforward dudes. Some of these guys are gonna take that.
but see, I think that's the thing. That's why, like, her husband called him, he probably was a big fan of him before like that incident happened. So really, he got too
Said he got a jersey on.
Yeah. He was like, hey, man, think about
Poster on the wall and shit.
Yeah.
Like, bitch, why should have drool on this motherfucker?
Like think about like Eminem's song, right? I think it was called Stan or something, right? Dear Stan. You know, we said like, please don't go away, whatever, right? When the guy named Stan, right, was pretty much like kind of like a crazy deranged fan of Eminem. And yeah. If you guys remember how the story went from beginning to end, I felt like that's kind of like how he kind of acted towards him. Like, man, I was like your biggest friend, and you know, you hurt me, you disappointed me, you fucked my wife. You know, you're not supposed to hurt me like that. And I think that's how people they look up to these like athletes and celebrities. So yeah, he don't know him per se, but he probably thought that he know him through his status.
See, that's the problem. That's what you think. That's not what you know. It's like, again, we don't know people like really. If we're not in their lives, we're not seeing something personal. We don't know these people like that. We don't know how they're rolling. So it's like, because a lot of these people out here rolling, some of them rolling clean, others are rolling out of pocket. It's like,
my man said, "I'm sorry though." When I do this, said, "You sleeping with my wife?" He's like, "What you got to say for yourself?" I'm sorry. But I got the article. Let me pull that up because man, the dude released the text messages, and boy, you see that like it's. So here's where they start. So it says, "See, now you're teasing me. Wow, you look stunning. About to go to workout. I'm getting a little chunky. My man, terrible with the words." She was like, "Yes, sir." Damn, my man was he started getting descriptive. He said, "Take me deep down, deep down your throat, like you kind of, yeah."
Joy, you like?
I did. I would have gagged on it, but I had to come home.
Oh shit! Hey, you gotta
look.
Hey,
kick her out.
I don't know if you can show this like on off of Instagram. You know how you take like the clips and the previews or something, and you like, hey, check it out. Yeah, hey, I'm gonna get some.
Oh, we're standing with you. Oh, Lord have mercy.
That's why I'm like, man, how you have the audacity, man? You seen this? I'm not calling no Steve Smith. I'm calling that lawyer up. I'm dropping this off in there. I'm like, look, she the infidelity. I ain't paying shit. Get her up out of my house, man. Because I mean, look, I did. I would have you enjoy it. You like it. I like feeling it deep. You know. So this is the back and forth that they have it to this dude.
Oh man.
And here was. She's like, I love making you come. I enjoy it more when you come inside me. So, man, can you imagine?
You want to say baby and a check on the way?
He said, no, you get to feel.
Yeah, so that's why when Wally said the what, he was like, who's 1 and 2? Like, is somebody out there like this?
Why would you just leave it at 3? Like, no, you got that has to be 2 and 1, boy. It ain't no way.
That means she gave 2 damns about that marriage. But my whole thing now, because I think she was in that marching band parade, whatever type stuff. Man, you don't mess with girls that's dancing around NFL teams or in any of them events or working them. Any of them working like Joy Taylor, any of them, like don't even mess with them. You know stuff's gonna go down when they in that proximity of testosterone. Like, nah, I'm good. You can have that. Leave that shit alone. But how do y'all think like with Steve Smith, man? Because I know he's got to be catching hell at the house. Wifey got to be like, oh, you doing all this and you embarrassing me? She calling that lawyer up. So what do y'all think about him stepping out like that?
Yeah, man. I mean, he put that on himself, so I don't feel bad for him. But I know definitely for sure she's going to lawyer up. That might be her big break, man, to get child support, spousal support, everything that she can, man, to clean them out. And usually at this point she would have every right to do so. I mean, you can't.
Yeah.
I would say more responsible. I don't know
probably.
if they're gonna get child support.
You said you
Yeah,
don't
'cause
think
I think they got 4 kids.
I mean, no, because the reason why I say that is because, well, I don't know what the age is, and plus, you don't know like if he's really attentive in his kid's life after football season. So pick and choose.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they said his net worth 25 million, so she about to cash out. She about to
Nope.
get
But yeah,
that
but I
bread.
don't think so. But I don't think so. It's gonna be like, I mean, she hasn't aired his behind out. You know, honestly, the way how it looked like and the way how he said sorry, I ain't gonna lie. I think this is not his first time. I think he did this a couple of times, and she just like.
You mean a
No,
couple times like different women, or a couple of times?
Yeah, I think he probably did it with different women too. Like I honestly think that he did it with different women. Like, because the way how he just did it, like he had no sense of emergency, like let alone care. Like you asking his phone number, you hear it's this dude. You would have just hung up. You just stayed there. He said that you freaked his wife. You said sorry. He sounded like he'd been there, done that.
Yeah.
But I wonder if the one guy, the husband, Tony Martinez, the guy that called Steve, I wonder if he used his wife's phone. That's why he picked up.
No, I think he probably did. Give or take.
Yeah, because I think at that point he probably was just frozen, like I'm fucked, you know. Because if this dude calling me up, what was that?
No, I'm saying if you pick, like you ever get a phone number you don't know who it is, I ain't picking that up. You better leave me a voicemail or a text message.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He had to use his wife's phone, but yeah, he just got quiet. Like I'm about to get took into the cleaners. Like they gonna release this. Yeah, that's why I don't understand celebrity dudes, man. My thing is like if you want to start going down a path, man, just get a divorce and go out there and live your life, man. But don't do it. It's like, man, you got too much to risk, and it's like they just blow up everything. It's like, man, you're too large in life. You can't creep like that, man. You're a target. So it's just like, man, if you want to be out there and mess with multiple women, that's your choice. But just be single, man, and you ain't got to worry about none of the backlash. But it's like they want it all. They like, fuck it.
I want to get married. I want multiple women. I want to get a side chick. It's like they love the thrill.
But you know that payouts, man, because like, man, he done worked himself into that, and like what you guys said, it's like, man, infidelity. I think that's like you go in there for that, and there's proof you paying out. So
right, because I think of it more so like what Stephen A would say, right? Man, I'm on the road 24/7, 365. I already know I wasn't gonna be faithful. So my thing is, it's like sort of the same thing as like you freaking a chick. This is someone very close to the team at the time of when you was dating this woman, supposedly, right? And then it's like y'all are out here doing these nefarious things as y'all was going. So it's like, yeah, it's common sense. It's like, you know, it's like you're on the road. You know, you want some. Who do you choose? You choose someone that's right in proximity of yourself, of the team. You choose the margin girl with some nice tatas and everything else going around with it, and you just having your fun.
Yeah, that's crazy. Them text messages though, I was like, man, that
those text messages were rough. I know that man and sit there. A part of his soul is just shanked.
Can you imagine though if say like she never done none of that shit with you and you reading this? Like, man, I gotta get holiday head. I only get head on Easter, and you sitting here, you talking about some deep throating. My man would be furious.
Oh man,
he's probably like, let me call Steve up. Fuck this.
Everything I was supposed to get. How the hell?
He was like, fuck, I'm over here getting holiday head. Steve, known her damn 10 minutes. He already getting. Steve, fuck you.
He blowing up my wife and said, "Oh, what the heck this is?"
Yeah, but for women to play with that type of role, like it be that descriptive, it's like, man, that's snap. That's where guys snap territory right there.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, bro. That other part of the text, man, really got to me, man. When she said, like, yeah, I would. Well,
I would have gagged on it, but I had to come home. Oh, like,
yeah. So
can you imagine? You scrolling down. You're like, damn.
I would have gagged on it, but I had to come home. I was like, damn.
Yeah, she talking like she a corn star. Like they was.
Okay,
that's why I see this. I'm like, oh hell no. I was like, you got to get out immediately. Like,
So I'm gonna pose a question, right? Just from that part itself, right? When you go back down to the gag part, coming home, what could you guys imagine after a woman saying that, right? And then she coming home, and now she's facing her husband. How could you? What would you imagine how she would respond to her husband after, like, having some other dudes, like, like pipe in her mouth? Think about it. Imagine like her kissing on your mouth, man, after she got him piped down and then got cum on her lips.
See, and that's the thing. Like, ugh. This is
yeah, she did that, man. That's grimy.
But you know what, guys? That's
What's
the
up?
thing that women like to do. The idea that you didn't know and then you ate it up and you thought that she was creaming because of you and it was his.
Nah.
He
You
already
would
talked
think
about
like somebody would have the
humor.
decency, but like, man, let me go hit the shower, brush my teeth, like she make an excuse like, man, I was eating onions or something. like
Oh,
if
yeah.
you grimy if you go up and
let me go take a shower and then I'll come back and do something.
But that's the whole thing of cuckolding somebody who don't know, right? It's a thrill for them.
yeah,
Man,
boy, that's snapping territory.
Nah, forget snapping territory. Well, you know what? Yeah, no, you're snapping territory. Get you the fuck gone. Get the hell out of my house.
Yeah, any female, like I said, man, she in a marching band, dance team for any like sports, leave that alone, man. Don't do it.
Gotta watch out for that.
Assistant coach, cheerleader,
Yeah,
Yeah, assistant coach is a whole another story.
it's all the same. No, thank you.
the Steve Smith, boy, he about to cough
He
up
was
that
talking
bread.
record. You look at the bottom of it, talking about, yeah, I would have blown in the. I was like, oh yeah, you just fool. You out here just trying to make more kids, more
Yeah,
problems.
he crazy. That's what I'm saying. If I was that guy, I'd be swabbing all my kids' mouth like, oh, your mom out here like this. Come here. But daddy, you've been my father for 10. I'm like, shut up. all y'all getting these swabs now, damn it.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
Hey, can you imagine him now? He's now red pill after this.
Oh, red pill. His
Man,
cat
he
might
out
be
here poverty
MGTOW.
pimping. Nah, he ain't red pill. He out here poverty pimping. I don't gonna hear that.
He probably done moved to the Shaolin monks monastery away from
In
chicks for like
Brazil.
5 years. He probably
Wait, was this recent or this was like back in the days and then it just finally came out?
nah. This was all recent. This happened pretty quick. Yeah, because I see. Yeah, but I still wouldn't have called no Steve Smith. Like I said, I probably would have had to call the cops. Be like, look, y'all better come arrest me, goddamn it, now. Put me in safety because I am a danger to society.
No, he did the right thing. You call the guy up and you call his wife and you send her everything. Because he got 4 kids. He's going to be taken to the cleaners.
I don't know if I could call a guy up, Stan. Cause like we were saying that right before you came. I'm like, man, what happened if you call a guy up? You're like, did you sleep with my wife? He's like, oh, hell yeah. Boy, you should have seen what I was doing to her. Like, hey, player, you ain't kiss her, did you? Because I'm grimy out here.
No, look, sometimes I'm pleading the fifth on this one. You go ahead and become Lex Luthor or the Joker.
Lex Luthor and Joker?
Or the Joker. It comes a point in your life where being nice don't work. But you gotta let things play out. You let things play out. You become friends. You introduce them to new people. You get video proof.
I mean, he got proof. I mean,
No. I say introduce them to new people. Introduce them to new women. Make your wife feel like she's been used, and as she's crying and you don't know why, you just say, hey, baby, get up. We got to pick up the kids. You got to do these chores. At the same time, right, you set her up with somebody else. And then you set them both up. And then after that, you already have your lawyers. You already have the proof. You take everything.
This is some sinister cuckold shit that you talk about.
Man, it sounds like don't Stan already did this already to somebody.
Yeah, it got dark for a second.
The hell wrong?
Yeah, well,
You need to find Lord. You need to find Jesus.
Stan was like, so then you take her, she hooks up with this guy, you film. I'm like, damn, this shit was like a Lifetime, one of those scary ones that take that like hard left turn. You're like, what the hell happened in this movie?
but
God damn.
Meet each
but
other.
oh, I'm sorry.
And
Stan.
the crazy part about this, right? The crazy part of this, cheaters don't like to be cheated on with a person they cheating on with. Breaks them even. It breaks hurts.
So if y'all doing all that, why don't y'all just make it a poly life and be like, look, we opening this shit up?
Because they're not having fun. They thought they was getting away with it, and now
Oh, so it's the excitement, the thrill of like screwing
Yeah.
somebody over.
and also you pledge allegiance to somebody that you're cheating with, but then you find out the person you're cheating with is actually a cheater, and they're cheating on you with someone else, and it breaks your heart because you went ahead and you cheated with somebody who cheated.
Oh, okay, I see what you're saying now.
Yeah.
Mhm.
How the hell y'all see what he's saying?
No,
So
you
lost like a month.
no. What he's saying is, okay, so you cheated with my wife. All right, so
Remember,
I'm
wife
gonna
is cheated
connect
too,
with
though.
you, bring you new friends. AK, I'm gonna bring you another woman. So now what he's gonna do is he's gonna sabotagely hurt her by making him cheat on another woman. It's like thinking she was the only one. Like, no, you're just another you're just another random, and
Yeah.
busting her ego.
Yeah, basically in other words, you're not the only prize in my roster. You're now a part of the roster, but you're not my number one anymore. And every woman wants to be a number one. And then also too, like in translation, because I can kind of relate to what Stan is talking about, not about the cheating aspect, but the thrill of women get, especially when they're married. Again, not saying no names or whatever, right? But there are some women who you go through the whole cycle of getting married. You'd be wondering, well, why the hell are you getting married for? Which it could be for various reasons. But most people love the excitement of like, hey, well, we're gonna do this together, but my husband will never know, and you could keep a secret, but my husband will never know. That's why women like when they do certain things, and again, it doesn't have to be anything romantic. It could be certain boundaries that they're not going to really cross, or they're not really supposed to cross, because they know will upset their husbands. But it's just always that dude where it's like, well, I'm gonna still keep him around because I partially like this guy, or this guy is like my friend or whatever. So, outside of the perimeter of my husband's view, yeah, I'm gonna hang out with him. I'm gonna cook, give him meals. I'm gonna sneak a little lunch or two or whatever. Yeah,
Yeah,
I don't know,
crazy as hell.
But I don't know, but
yeah.
I just find it funny, right? Because the fact that he was able to find the information. So neither A, she didn't have no code on that phone, or B, he knows the code on the phone and she just thought that, oh, he would never check the messages.
Okay, here's the crazy part about this, Wally. When you're on the family plan and you pay for it, nothing is private.
No.
Nothing is private
Yeah.
when you're in the family plan.
See, I ain't having no family plan yet. Forget y'all.
Okay.
I don't need y'all in my business. I don't even need to know yours. Screw that.
And also, it's the crazy part. When you have a family plan and it's an iPhone, it's shared with all the phones.
Yeah, no family plan around here.
So that was her fault. That's what she did. And then everything, what he did was pretty smart when it's like, okay, now I can sue you because there's something called, what do you call that thing? I forgot what it's called. Alienation of affection for spouse. So the wife was acting funny and everything else, and all the other stuff, and found out you're the guy. He can sue you personally now.
Wow.
So because you ruined the marriage.
So you said he about to cash out. He like, psh, look.
I mean, yeah.
I'm
I mean,
about
he
to-
had,
This hope for her too.
detail. So yeah, for sure.
Yeah, so he's gonna cash out. I mean, the person that gone through this, if she gone through it twice, was Fantasia. She had to learn to leave the married men alone. Yeah, If you look it up, it's there. I forgot what it's called, but there's like certain states, certain laws have it where you can go ahead and you can sue the person that she cheated with or he cheated with.
Okay, I'm gonna check that out. We might have to do a show on that. That's interesting.
Interesting.
Yeah, I know
Wait,
Hawaii
even the
has
person
that
who
too.
participated in the cheating part, you could sue them indirect, like directly.
Yeah. So they think they're gonna live.
But they're the reason for your breakup in the marriage.
Yeah. So they thinking they're
shoot.
gonna make plans and live their happy cheating life. You just like you have no financial financial table to stand on. Whoop.
Yeah, but what happens? Like, let's say, like, I messed around with a girl and I didn't know she was married.
Doesn't
Like-
matter. That's what you get.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie, that's pretty decent. That's definitely gonna stop people from cheating if they have it out there more.
Yeah, because like the judge is gonna look at you like, how many single women out here? Why you pick a married one?
I'd be like, because she
didn't have no ring and she didn't openly stated that she was married.
Yeah, she opened her legs, but she didn't open up her marriage. You know,
and the judge is gonna say something that nobody likes to hear. Do diligence.
Nah, but he's right though too. I ain't gonna lie, the judge right on that too.
Yeah, I looked it up, Stan. You can sue. I mean, I couldn't do it because I would just want somebody out my house, but yeah, it's something to think about because it's just like
you don't want them. Yeah, they're gonna be out your house, out your life, SJ. But while you go ahead and you mourn, you can mourn between some nice, thick, warm titties from Colombia.
he said, spending his money.
Like, oh, yeah,
I ain't gonna lie, somebody rich like that, I might, I'll be like, look, shit, that is a lot of money. He worth.
Oh, not even that. Guess what? Who also facilitated it? Because he worked for the NFL.
Yeah.
So
he definitely messed up on that one. So yeah, that dude got the information. So I wonder if he calling him up, he definitely might be putting that lawsuit in.